You're on camera, go. Okay, we're going to try a little bit of a vlog this week, and I'm going to take you along with me to what I get up to in training and online as well. So lockdown has just been released in the UK and I'm heading for the track now, and I'm expecting to see quite a lot of the younger guys that haven't been able to train on the track since before Christmas. Push the foot out, bring it back to the track. That's it, a bit more range, Mike. Now, I'd been doing one-to-ones with some of the athletes, and some of them had been following the training programs quite religiously that I'd been setting on WhatsApp. For others, I wasn't so sure of, some that I don't coach so regularly that only come to do jumping once a week, perhaps because they're a sprinter. So basically, it was all about doing lots of drills to get them back into literally the swing of things. That's it, a bit more range, Mikey. Okay, it's my second day of coaching and I've got 2 sessions. I've got a one-to-one and then I've got Sarah and Jahisha for long and triple jump training. Use the arms, keep the toes up, remember. Don't cycle the arms, elbows back. Good. Rotate, don't go too far forwards. Good, that's much better, good. Right, lift up, keep rotating, fold the heels. Hold on, down. I'll say so. Focus. Set. Go! Good. I try to make the warm-ups or the session before they do the jumping specific to what they're going to do. So a lot of movements to coordinate the takeoff. Also, with Jahisha, who was doing triple jump on this particular day, we varied the drills to make them more specific to triple jump for her. Right, that's it. Wait for the contact. That's better, there we go. A further staple for sessions that require speed are leg cycling and rotation drills. Then for Jahisha afterwards, it was onto some triple jump. Now, she wasn't feeling quite so good today, having done, or on that day I should say, having done a hard session the day before. So you've got to mitigate for that in training and dial things in and not force things. With Sarah, we were working through the last 3 steps again, from relatively long run-ups and working on speeding up the cadence through into the takeoff by the position of the mats. As a coach, you've got to know when to dissuade an athlete from continuing and also maybe cajole them into doing an extra effort if you think it's worth it, extra effort or 2. So on this particular occasion, I managed to get Jahisha to do another jump and she put a little more energy into it. And yeah, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't, great technique, technically, things to work on, but it was a longer distance and there were some positives to take home. I do like these mat drills and there are lots of variations. I'll not say too much as this is more of a vlog, but the athletes, the senior athletes at least, will be doing 2 to 3 conditioning sessions a week away from the track sessions. So we're talking about plyometrics and weights. And there are videos on the channel that go into detail about those types of sessions. But in future videos, we'll be going through those in more detail and looking how that changes across the training year. All right, let's do the same drill again. Good, so pick up and get the feet down quickly. So here am I sitting at my computer and Chloe's in France and we're communicating and I'm able to talk through elements of technique and she's able to say how she's feeling and what she needs to work on and so forth and so on. And it's actually very effective. You wouldn't think that it would be, but with the technology that's available, you can actually feel almost like you're physically in the same environment coaching the person. Yeah, I mean, that's a braking movement, isn't it? When you're going downhill, everything's on stretch. So. Okay, it's Thursday. I'm just getting ready to go out to coach. Got 2 sessions today. I have Sarah and Jahisha as a second session, and I've got a younger athlete beforehand who's just come back from university, I'll have a very good idea of what I'm going to do in each session with the athletes, but you've got to be flexible. You've got to be able to adapt and change things on the fly. So we got to the track and we found it was very windy. So jumping off 9 steps here probably equated to about 11, but the athlete has to put less effort into the jump because of the wind assistance, which is useful when you're just getting back into it. Technically, she performed pretty well. Then it was on to Sarah and Jahisha. At this time of the year, it's all about repetition, going further back down the run-up and really working on hitting that takeoff and controlling the mid-air flight. Here, we're using mats on the penultimate step to accentuate the takeoff and the forces involved. And we do it rather like a weight session in that we do X amounts of reps from 9 steps, X from 11 and X from 13. So there's constant overload. And Sarah's getting more used to being able to take off from that increased loading on the takeoff. And the hope is that it's going to improve her takeoff. Well, it should do. With Jahisha, we try to consolidate her technique, and one of the issues was the fact that she tends to vary the speed at which she comes into the board at, so it's not consistent. Therefore, the timing is going to change each time. So it's important as a jumper that you try 9 times out of 10 to come in at the same intensity, whatever the length of run-up that you're using, that you would do if you were competing. So 100%. If you come in and take off at 90%, 85%, you're not going to get the same effect, the same reaction. The timing's going to be off. So you need to be motivated and you need to be ready to put that energy in and effort into those 6, 7, 8 jumps or whatever you do. Latest athletics week has come, and I think I've got an article in this, so I'm going to check that out. Yep. The art of the triple jump. So this is just a kind of overview article on how you can triple jump, or how you should triple jump, and referencing some of the masters of the event and the different variants in style. Looks like it's a good issue as well overall. Okay, Saturday, and it's Easter time, and it's over to another track for the final session of the week. And it's going to be Sarah plus Maddison doing some jumping and lots of drills. Sarah had done 2 jumping sessions previously, as you've seen during the week, and Maddison, one of the younger athletes, had only done 1 technique session but wanted to do another, as she was looking to compete. In fact, most of the group are looking to compete pretty soon, but we do have issues with finding competitions at the moment. Anyway, we worked on Maddison's takeoff while Sarah did lots of drills, and in terms of technique and performance for Maddison, it was looking pretty good, off of 10 steps. Sometimes to work on a particular aspect of technique, I'll get the jumpers to change their technique. So what Maddison's doing there is more of a sail or a stride jump technique, where we're working on a stiffer, more rigid torso position for the takeoff. And the objective is then to try to transfer that into the normal technique that the jumper uses. Maddison uses a hitch-hang, and we were looking to get that stiffer takeoff transferred into her technique. But it's quite difficult to remedy at the moment, as she tends to push her head back, although that effort was better than some of the previous ones. That shows you something else that I'll play around with in training to try to improve technique. Sarah, as mentioned, worked through quite a lot of drills, including some takeoffs and agility efforts. Okay, well, I'm just on my way back from that last session over at Barton Elms, and that completes a week's coaching. So hopefully this has been of value to you, and you can see what the guys get up to, or some of them at least, across the training week at this time of the year. Late winter, rather early springtime I should say, and hopefully it'll be useful for you. So as usual, thanks for watching. Good luck with any competitions you may have, and do leave any comments you may have in the section below this video or through my other social media.